United States senators create laws that affect all Americans. In Michigan, the old parties are running Senate candidates who will sink you into endless debt, embark on costly foreign crusades, and violate your freedom. The Republican has voted for the Wall Street bailout and gun control. The Democrat voted for indefinite detentions without due process and also for internet censorship. Both want to spend your money. These are the same policies that have created the current depression. I'm Scotty Boman, and I pledge to end deficit spending, restore the Constitution, and put your freedom first.
Reduction and elimination is the best kind of tax reform. The United States of America existed for 124 years without a federal income tax, during which time we thrived as a nation. The 99 years since the income tax came into being have seen the value of our dollar decline over 96%. This is not a coincidence. Taxation is extortion. If it is necessary, it should be viewed as a necessary evil, and politicians should devote their energies to ways to replace taxation with non-coercive forms of revenue collection rather than playing a shell game with coercive collection schemes. Meanwhile, the best way for the federal government to fund its few legitimate constitutional functions is through a proportional tax assessed to the several states, along with repealing of the 16th Amendment. This way, each individual state could determine the best way to meet its tax obligation to the federal government, and states would serve as much needed check against federal leviathan that's always hungry for a greater percentage of your hard-earned wealth. Since this means that states collect revenue, they could do so in a manner that is not dictated by the federal government. Voluntary means of payment could be developed at the state level. There would be 50 laboratories of innovation in which the least offensive means of collection would be developed, and people could vote for the best one with their feet. Since only two political parties have a stranglehold on the political process, they can ensure their re-election by making their opponent look worse. Since there is normally only one incumbent seeking the same office, the focus between elections is on making the other party look bad. Opening up recognition of independents and opposition parties will push a higher standard on office holders. They will have to have a record that they can be proud of or be voted out. Establishment politicians in both parties have worked together to sink this nation ever deeper into debt, neglect the Constitution, invade our privacy, threaten us with indefinite detention, and perpetuate endless war. I would vote against deficit spending and interventionist crusades. I would support the restoration of civil liberties and the retirement of the Federal Reserve System. The ruling by the Supreme Court on health care was made back in June. As Senator, I pledge not to confirm justices who have shown anything close to this level of judicial activism. The health care issue is outside the scope of congressional power. Overseeing health care is not listed among the enumerated powers in the Constitution. But health care for all who want it would be wonderful so long as people could choose their individualized care and nobody else is forced to pay for it. The best way to do this is to have transparent pricing and let providers compete for the consumer's business. This would bring down prices. Also, insurance companies should be allowed to compete across state lines and offer as many different plan structures as they wish so the insured have more choices. If government relief is provided for those who fall through the cracks, that service must be decided at the state or local level as permitted by the 10th Amendment of the Constitution.
Help me fight for you by making a contribution at scottybowman.org. I'm Scotty Boman, candidate for United States Senate, and I have approved this advertisement.